number 20 asks us to graph the function on a graphing calculator. Well, we're not using graphing calculators, so we're using Desmos. Easy enough to do. I run to a Desmos screen, I type in b of L equals 60 minus L squared, and this is what I get. Not very pretty. The problem also asks me to then copy it on my paper, labeling the axis and using appropriate scale. The problem here, you guys, is that while we do get a graph for the normal standard scale that Desmos gives us, we can't see this. Now, this is a quadratic, so we expect to see a parabola. We have a quadratic with a negative leading coefficient, so we expect it to be opening down. And if we move our window out enough, we can finally see it. That's still not a very pretty picture because I've got way too much x-axis right here. This graph is way too skinny. So what you should do at this point is to kind of think about what the domain would be. Now remember, what we're graphing on the x-axis is the length, and the length is part of the perimeter. So there is no way, since this length right here and this length right here are going to be the same number. If we didn't have any width at all, if we had no width, each one of these lengths would be 60. And that's as big as a number as it could be, because 60 plus 60 would give me 120. So there's no reason on this x-axis that I should include any numbers other than 0 to 60, because that's if my length is nothing, then my width is going to be 60 apiece, and if my length is 60, then my width is going to be 0. So the domain right here should be 0 to 60. Why do we need to? Did they ask me to write that down? No, they didn't. However, if I have that information over here, that makes it super easy to go over here and tell the x-axis, hey, I only want to see 0 to 60. Now, you might want to give yourself a little bit of cushion. Let's just go ahead and say 0 to 100, or maybe say negative 10 to 100, just so that we can still see the x-axis. But isn't that so much prettier right there? That's what we're talking about. That is a much more appropriate graphing viewing window than the one that they gave us. So when I go over here, knowing that that there's no way my length can be anything greater than 60, that kind of now makes sense when I see that these areas right here, remember these are lengths, these lengths will produce these areas. So if I go here now, I would be able to scale this. This would maybe be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, I've given some scale right here. And then this one was, I think, hundreds. 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How high did it go up? It went up to 900. Okay, so that's how high it went up. So on this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. I do need 900. Let's see if I can move that up. I can. So there's 900. So there is 1,000. Okay, so I believe that right there, if you go back. Oh, and by the way, do you have to do B of L and use L's? No, you could do Y equals 60 x, whoops, minus x squared. And if you put, x values in right there, I don't think it would work if you left the B of L off. If you just tried to type in, let's see, what would happen if you did that? See, that doesn't work. So if you're going to use a variable other than x, you have to have it defined with that function, B of L equals. If you want to just do x, then you could do 60x minus x squared. That would work. And of course, making it be y equals doesn't change anything. So that's how that works. If you're going to take this and graph it, you need to use some ordered pairs. We see that that's the vertex. The vertex is at 3,900. So you'd want to go over here and graph this at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there's right in the middle. 3,900 would be right there. And then I already know that if I tried to graph this right now, it would look more like it would be too pointy right there. So I'm going to get a couple of more points before I try to graph it. And where am I going to get those points? I'm going to get those points right here. I'm just going to, let's see, there's one, 2,800. That's a nice one. And there's another one, 4,800. So go over here to 2,800, 2, 3, 4. This is 500, 6, 7. Oh, wait, did I mess up? 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be 900. 900, and then this would be 1,000. Okay, so I have that dot in the wrong place. And that dot would be at 3,900. And then 2,800. And then 4,800. Let's see if I can get another one real quick. What about this one? 10,500 and 5,500. Okay, there it is, 5,500. 10,500 and 5,500. 10,500 and 5,500. So there's my parabola. And now I can go on and answer questions 21 and 22 and 23. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and do those on a new